And welcome back to the second part of this tutorial. Now let's create our registration form. If you guys can still remember, I call this registration. Let me show you guys the code again. See right here, that is it, registration. So I'm going to copy all of these lines of codes. So let's just copy that, and I will open up a new page entirely. And this is a very new page. Let's paste that in there. I will save it as registration.php. Okay, so just copy that and let's go to language and change that to PHP. Now go straight to the file and save as. I'm going to save it right in here inside my folder called system log system. Paste that in there and just click on save. There we go. My registration.php is ready. But one thing that I want to do now is I'm going to add some details in here. So let me just copy all of this up to here, copy that, and I'm going to paste that underneath here. There we go. So we need to change this around. So, but maybe I should just test it first. Let's save that. So look, it is registration.php, and here I should change this one to login.php. Okay, so let's try it out before I change all of this. So this would have been password and so on. So let's just save it. Open up my browser. This is for login, and I'm going to create another one. So let's come in here and just enter 127. Okay, let's accept that, but this is going to be a registration.php. Press enter. There we go. So all I just need to do is change all of this around. So if I click here, it should take me straight to the login. And if I click here, let's assume end user enter the invalid login details. It should take you there. Okay. So let's change all of this around. So I'm going to come in here now and change the following. So this is going to be email, and this will be email as well. There we go. Okay. The next is going to be surname. So we have here surname here, and here will be surname as well. Make that lowercase. Then this is going to be first name, and here we have first name. All right, so next, that is going to be password. So let me just grab hold of all of these here. We have password, and I'm going to need one more. Username, password. Okay, that's fine. Right here, I'm just going to enter password there. Password. Here is going to be password. Alright, so that is fine. Here, that's first name, so I'm going to change this to first name. First name here, and this will be surname. Okay, I think I am in the right form. All right, let's save that. Save, and let's go to the browser and refresh. Let's refresh. There we go. So when the user decide to register, we have names, username, password, first name, surname, email. I need to change this to email as well. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. So let's go back and get that changed to email. So come back in here, scroll down. This will become email. Brilliant. Save, back in here, refresh. That is good. Okay, looking good so far, but I do need to change this title. That's supposed to be registration instead of login system. So I'm going to get back here. Let's go right up here. Just change that to registration. Okay, registration system. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to change the. Let's come down here. There's another one that needs changing here. Right here. So let's change this one to registration system as well. Okay, so looking good. I'm going to save that and just check out the browser. So let's reset. There we go. We have the registration system there. We can click here and get to the. That's good. Okay, one other thing here, have not a user register here. So here I'm just going to change that to already a user. Then we have the login. So I'm going to come to my. Okay, let's come in here and just the Notepad++. So I need to change that to login. Okay, scroll right down. Yeah, right here. So I'm going to change this to login. There we go. And I'll change this one here. Let's change that to already a user. And we have login here. Okay, so let's save that. Back to my browser. Refresh. Already a user. Login. Okay, if you're a user, then you log in. All right. Okay, guys. So before I go any further, I'm going to create a database. So let's come in here and just select exam. And in here, I'm now going to open up PhpMyAdmin. So let's just click on that. And right here, so let's come right here and just create, say, database. I want to create a new database. So let's give it a name. I'm going to call it login system, something like that. Login 6. Okay, I don't have anyone like that here, so that's fine. I want to click on create, and there we go. That's login 6. So the table name, I'm going to call that register, and number of rows, let's make that 6. Click on create. Very good. The very first one here, I'm just going to call that ID, and let's come right here. I'm going to make that my primary key, and let's check. Say okay, and in here I'm going to check that as well, so that it will auto increase. And here that's going to be username, and this is going to be password. First name, yeah, let's go for first name. Then surname, and here email. Okay, let's make this one lowercase as well. Right. Okay, and the data type, I'm going to leave ID as an integer, and this one is going to be voucher, and here as well. So that's just for characters. All right, and the length of my data, let's make this one about 10, and here we can just call this about 30. Yeah, 30 here, 30, and 30, and this about, let's make the email 50. Yeah, that will do. Okay, so primary key is set, auto increase, and come right down here and just, if you want to view your SQL, yes, you can go ahead and just view it. That's it right there. Okay, next, I'm just going to click on save. There we go. I've just finished creating my SQL table. Okay, let's minimize that. So we need to now go straight into our Notepad++. And in here, I'm going to create another file on this Notepad++. We can just call that, maybe we'll give that another name. I'm going to call it sign up. So in here, okay, so let's just click on new and select the language. It's going to be PHP. And let's save. All right, so just call that sign up. Sign up is in place. Click on save. There we go. So let's sign up there. All I just need to do now is let's say less than question mark, and let's just identify as PHP, and right underneath here I'm going to close my PHP. There we go. Next I'm going to clear the following. It represents, let's say and this is going to be user, the username, and that's going to be equals post. It's entire dollar sign up and post. And I'm right in here and just enter user. Okay, so it's on there. That's fine. I'm going to be repeating the same thing for the others. So let's come right down here and just paste. Yeah, 5 of those. And this one is for my email. This is going to be email as well. Then we have the surname. Change this to surname. And this is going to be first name. And here, that's going to be the password. And we have another password. Right. That's good. Looking good so far. So I'm just going to save that. Okay, next I'm going to now use an if statement to check if any of these are not empty. So let's come in here and just say if not, that's how we enter not empty. And what am I talking about? I'm talking about the surname. So I'm going to grab all of the surname and dump it right here. Let's put that in a bracket. Okay. If that surname is not empty, or the password is not empty. I'm just going to grab off all of these, copy, and let's just paste as password. That would be for surname, first name, surname, email. So let's change that around. So password, or password is not empty, or first name is not empty, surname, there we go, and email, if those ones are not empty. What else do I want the system to do? And I want it to do as follows. Let's close that up. Yeah. Now I'm going to get hold of the host. Let's say host, and that is going to be equal the local host, of course, local host. Then what about the user? So I'm just going to call that, let's say user DB. Or we can just say user. Okay, user database. Let's give it user database. Username database. That should be equals the root and password. So I'm going to make that password DB, and that's, yeah, I'm going to make that empty. There's nothing in there. And what about my database name? And we can just call that named DB, named DB, and that is going to be, that is known as login. I have that here. There we go, login system, login system code, login system. There. Okay, so I guess you guys can see that. There we go. Next, now I need to get the system connected. So come right down here, and I'm going to then say connect. That's the variable for my connection. That's going to be new MySQL, MySQL and that is going to be the host. This one here, comma, username database, comma, password database. Let's take one, pick off one D. Yeah, take it off. I'll just leave it. Password DB. Yeah, that's fine. Then we have name DB. Comma, paste that in there. Right. So using an if statement. So I'm going to say if my SQLi connection underscore error, then this is a message. The system should die, something like that. So that's going to be if my SQLi, and that is going to be underscore connect. I think I might have that here. Underscore connect error. Enter parentheses and close it. And curly braces. So in that case, I want the system, I want it dead. I want it to die. So let's display something there. Just say connection error. So my SQL connection error number. Okay. MySQL connection error number should be here somewhere. Dot MySQL error. Grab hold of all of this. Just paste it right here. There we go. And close up my curly braces. Okay. So I'm going to then say else. I want the following SQL set statement which says select. That will be equals select email from register. That is the name of my table. Register where email equals question mark, and the limit that will be 1. So the email can never be the same type of email. So my email will be different from yours. That's what's going on there. That is good. So let's also insert that will be equals insert into the register. Just in case user is logging on. So let's say username. And I'm also going to insert password there for my first name, surname, and finally email. There we go. Those are the values to be added. So let's say values. That will be in question mark. Let's put about 5 there. And just close that out. There. Alright, so that is fine. Next, I'm going to now state my prepared statement. So let's just say stmt. That is going to be this stmt. That's my own variable. So that's going to be equals my connection variable dash prepare select. So my selection statement here, probably that, and then dump it. There we go. Right. I'm going to repeat the same thing to bind my email as well. So let's say prepare. That will be equals prepare. I want you to bind the email. My variable, that's bind underscore parameters for this will be s. That's good. So, and I now want you to get executed. Let's say prepare the stl variable executes. There we go. Next, now let's get it by the results. By underscore result of the email itself. Next, I'm also going to store the result. Let's store that underscore result and run next. Let's see. Next number that will be equals stm new. Go to the next row. All right, so is that is done. Next, I'm now going to use an if statement to check if the number here, if it's 0. So let's come down here. Let's say if the number is 0, then I want it close. All right, now I want you to also echo. So I'm going to come down here and just say, let's say echo. And that is going to be the form. Let's say form action. Form action equals login dot log. This login is the name of my login dot php dot php, right? Action login.php, and the method is for it just to process. Let's say method that to be post equals post, and close off the form. Okay. And I'm also going to get it linked to this very one here, to this by registration. Okay, come right down here and then get that linked. Let's create an hyperlink. So you know that will be linked to the following. This registration. So login will be linked to the registration itself. Hey, so I now get the airport to open up my registration if it's successful or not. Else, the registration form, in that case, this email address already exists. So that's if it's a duplicated email. And right there, that is it. So let's save this. Click on save. Right. Okay, next I'm going to have to call my connections. This very one here. I'm going to call it inside my login. So supposing I just grab hold of all of these and go to login here. That is it. Come right down. Let's tab and let's create a PHP in here. Let's PHP and right down here. I'm just gonna paste my login info, and right underneath connect, and that is going to be equals new connection, new MySQL I, and the first connection is going to be for the host. Is that there? Comma user DB, paste password DB, paste, and we have the name. There we go. Close that up. Now let's use an if statement. If is set. If is set Let's say the $ underscore post, and in here let's go for the username. Okay, if the username is set, enter curly braces, then we'll say username is post. That's username. Okay, so I'm just gonna grab hold of all of these, write down here. The username equals is post username. Then I'm gonna repeat the same thing for password. So we say password. Let's grab hold of password in. Password is post password. That's password. There we go. So now let's use selection. Let's say SQL that is equals select all from register where username equals surname and password. So let's grab username and password. The username, okay, where username equals username, so dot username, that, and password equals password, dot password. And the limit will be 1 as well. So limit that is 1. Good. Next, I'm going to say results that equals my SQLi underscore query. There we go. And that is going to be, let me get my variable, comma, and grab hold of the variable SQL as well. There we go. Next, I will then use an if statement to check the value inside the result. So let's come down here and say if MySQL number underscore rows and the results, if it's 1, equals the value of 1, and enter a statement block in here. Then I'm going to use echo on this. Echo, I want you to deliver as follows. Let's say from action, and that is going to be equals, I'm going to make something up. I do have a piano that I can enter in there, so let me just say piano underscore fb.html. So open that for me. I think I do have a video of that anyway. Now just say method that is going to be equals post. There we go. Now let's close off the form. I also want you to link the piano, so I'm going to enter hyperlink there. And that's going to be is very piano there. We have to copy the piano and dump it in there. All right, there we go, and make the text that will appear bold, and that is going to be font color. Yeah, that will deliver that. Make that white. Let's say white color for it. And there's a message that will say login is successful. Continue to the next page. Say continue to next page and close out the fonts. Yeah. And else I want the following. Grab hold of all of this. So this is going to be right within the register. I think it's lowercase registration, I call it. Registration.php. Okay, so that's fine. Now I'm just going to copy this. Dump it here. And the following message, invalid login. Click here to register. Here. Click here to register. And that's it. So that is fine. We're going to save that. And now let's go to my folder. I'm now going to go into my folder to get a hold of this and dump it in here. So I think it's here, notes. You just grab hold of all of this. It's just a piano. You guys can use any other thing you want. Alright, so I'm gonna copy that. Let's just copy it. Let's go into the folder for these very projects. There we go, and dump it right in there. There we go. So that is it. So everything should be working as expected. Now, decision time is coming here. Okay, I'm going to, let me show you guys the database as well. As you can see, there's nothing in here. So let's come in here so we can know we have to register. So let's register with Johnny. Okay, and Johnny login details should be 8007. Name is Johnny Davis, and the email. The email is Johnny at Gmail. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to now click on register. There we go. Registration is successful. Continue to the next page. There we go. I'm here now. And here is 007. I will 8007. And let's log in. But first of all, if I click on this login, let's come in here in my database. and I'm just going to refresh that to make sure the data is there. Look at it, Johnny's data is in there. So let's come back in here and just click on login. There we go. Login is successful. Continue to next page. Click on that and we get to our piano music, guys. You see that, guys? That's how you create your own login system in using PHP. I know it's a bit long tutorial, the whole process, but guess what? It's very good for your training or whatever you intend to use it for. So with that, guys, I'm gonna call it the end of this brilliant tutorial. Suppose you guys enjoy it, and please do subscribe to my channel, and you can also join to become a member of the channel. And for all my members, thanks for your support. Bye for now.